And you know, in my experience, the most serious violations are going to be violations of either one, you committed a new offense, right? That's very serious. Now, I always get this question, well, what if I get a speeding ticket?
Yeah, no big deal.
That's not going to be a big deal. What I always tell people is, look, you need to be concerned about something that you're getting arrested for. That's going to be a problem for your probation. In my experience, the second most serious type of violation is failure to report. Mm-hmm. Now, if you have a month where maybe you didn't report because you were sick or you didn't have a ride, usually that's not a huge issue. But once you fail to report and you become an absconder where you haven't reported in 6 months, usually the end result of that is prison, unless you have a very good reason why you haven't been reporting for 6 months. And then the other big one that I see is if you're consistently testing positive for drugs. Yeah. Usually they'll give you some kind of rehabilitation first. That is kind of a progressive sanction. They start off with some rehab, but if you just keep testing positive, despite rehabilitation, despite inpatient treatment, at some point they will revoke your probation and send you away. But then you have these other conditions that you have to follow where you shouldn't violate them, but if you do, it's not as likely that you're going to end up going to prison for it, you know?
Like you're not supposed to associate with other felons. So, but right. We have a lot of, like somebody I had just now, I just got her continued and she went home, but her boyfriend's also on probation. Mm-hmm. Okay. But there's they're okay. The probation knows that these two are together. But in theory, living with another felon could be a violation.
Right.
But there's one other thing I got to say about conditions. So for instance, if you're on for domestic violence probation, and you pick up a violation, the first thing all the judges in Bexar County ask is, did you complete the batterer's intervention course?
Right.
And if you completed it, you get a lot of leeway on that motion to revoke. Because I've hired judges like, oh, wow, they completed that.
Yeah, it's called the BIP.
Yeah, call it the BIP. And so you are in good shape on that motion to revoke if you've done that. That's the first thing I ask my clients. Did you do the BIP? And if they've done it, we are walking into court knowing at least my guy did what the judge cares so much about. And the reason they care so much about it is because we know from statistics that people are less likely to reoffend once they've completed the BIP.